Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Force Gaming, and I'm here to bring you a deck profile. So yesterday was the TAK Games Evo Cup, and I played Red Shoutmon, and I ended up coming third place. I'm really excited about it. I've been playing Shoutmon this format a lot, and I finally got to top with it. So I want to talk about my deck, why I made some of the choices I made, my matchups, and then do some shoutouts at the end. So here it is. I starting with the babies. I played BT5 Koromon. Draw a card when you swing with Greymon or Omnimon. Started at Koromon at 4 plus 1,000 if you have a full stack or more, and you will have a full stack in this deck. For the rookies, 4 Monodramon, 2 Biomon. You have your vanilla 3Ks. You turbo up. Put your opponent at 1 if they don't have a memory tamer. Lets you play and then evolve to set up better turns later. It's all around just... I decided to go to 2-drop rookies to make the deck simpler and faster. 4 starter deck Agumons, plus 1,000 inheritable. Super strong when you're going when you want to swing, you want to control the board. I love starter deck Agumon. 4 Shoutmon. So he's your searcher. You look at the top 5, get one thing with Shoutmon in his name, one thing with Blitz. Top 5 searchers are so much better than top 3 searchers. It's insane the amount of value you can get off hard dropping one of these. And he has inheritable that gives you things with Blitz 2K, which comes up a lot. Level 4s, 2 6K blockers. 6K is a really good number for blockers this format. Lord Knight has trouble getting over it. Shoutmon has trouble getting over it. Nidhogg has trouble dealing with it. Overall, just a couple of them. 4 of the 1-drop blockers with 5K, just to help you turbo up. These could also be 1-drops if you really need the speed, but I like having 6 blockers to help protect your tower after you make your first swing and you're kind of sitting there vulnerable. 4 starter deck Greymons, security plus 1. You're going to get a lot of security plus in this deck. Your first swing is probably going to be for 3 or 4 checks, and that just puts your opponent on the back end for a while as you try to just finish them off. And then 1 Agunimon. Speaking of finishing them off, Agunimon helps you end the game if you have a tamer out. It's a card that they can't really interact with, so it's really strong to just hold this in your hand, similar as you would a Bushy in yellow, unless you absolutely need to play it or you end the game with it. 2 BT1 Metal Greymons, plus 3,000 inheritable to help you swing over those Lord Knights, help you swing over those Chaos Mons. Just overall, sometimes you need that boost. Sometimes you don't get a good stack because you have some vanillas, and the 3K brings you to that 15,000, which is a magic number. 4 Omni Shoutmons, of course. He's another security plus. You can evolve him over Little Shoutmon for 4, so he helps turbo you a bit. Overall, just a great card. He's searchable as well, which comes in handy. 4 Groundramon, more turbo pieces. If you brick 5 to drop is insane. This is probably my MVP of the day. 2 to evolve. You could push a rookie up with a memory tamer, 1, 2, and then go to Shoutmon. Shoutmon DX. So that's very strong. 10 level 5s seems like a lot, but with this deck, I find that I put one of these 2 under the Shout the most. So I was actually running out of level 5s in that sense because of I was using 2 per stack in a lot of situations. We run 4 Zeeg Greymon. It's got Greymon in its name, so you'll draw off this. It has Blitz, helps you get tempo in, helps you get some checks in. And if you put it under the Shoutmon or you evolve over it with Omnimon, you could swing into their unsuspended Digimon and help control their board. So that's very strong. You want to see it. Also searchable is Shoutmon. 4 Shoutmon DX, the card that makes the deck work. When you evolve into him, you can put a red Digimon in his sources, and then you pop a 5K for every Zeeg Greymon and Omni Shout in his sources. So if you have 1, you pop 1, 2, you pop 2, etc., etc. And he has Blitz. He can evolve over other level 6s for 2. He is an all-star card. He is mechanically my favorite card right now, and that's why I love Shoutmon. I've been playing it so much. He's an all-star. 2 of the Blitz Omnimon. It has high synergy with the Z Greymon. It helps you swing for game when you just need that last attack in, because he has Blitz, and he protects himself from things like Cocytus Breath, things like Gaia Force, even Retaliation. He can protect himself. Pretty good stuff. One delicate plan. It's not just for the security control matchup, just guaranteeing your game by not having to worry about their security card messing up your plans is so strong for 1 memory. And because you use Blitz so much, you will usually have the 1 memory. Very common situation would be you just swung with 3 or 4 checks with a Shoutmon DX. They couldn't answer it. They put out a 5k blocker. You go to 3 with tie. Evolve to another Shoutmon DX to pop their blocker. It's still your turn. You play this. You're at 0. You swing for the rest of their checks. Then you evolve to Omni for game. Happens a lot. Something to help my Lord Knight matchup, I put in 2 Gaia Forces. Not just Lord Knight, but other tower decks in general. I wanted something in security that felt good, that could save me. And I ended up on Gaia Force. Probably about half, maybe a little less than half of my games, this was in security. So at least one of them. So, well, most of the times one of them. I think there's only 1 case where I saw 2 of them in security. I got very lucky. But it's just, people aren't expecting it this format. Not only in your security, but if they build up to a Lord Knight after clearing your board, they don't have eggs, they only have a couple cards in their hand, you respond to it with this. And then once they see it, they play different for the rest of the match. So it's still very strong card in my opinion. It just doesn't feel good to have to play it to respond to your opponent. And 2, Memory Tamer Tie gives you security plus when you have a stack of 4 or more under your Digimon. You will, because you're playing a tower deck, the tower deck in my opinion. So you'll get security plus with him. This was a really fun deck. There were 9 rounds. I went 8-1 and ended up 3rd place because of breakers. Well, not because of breakers. My breakers were actually phenomenal. I ended up 3rd place because the final match they drew. If either one of them had won, I would have passed the other one to go into 2nd place. But unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, they drew, so they came 1st and 2nd. I had a lot of fun with this deck. Round 1, I played against Black. That was an interesting matchup. I had not prepared for that matchup. I ended up winning 2-1. Round 2, I played Imperial. It's a deck that I have a lot of familiarity with because of Trey and Dan. We have a lot of Imperial content on this channel because of all the success that they've had. I won that matchup 2-0. Round 3, I played Lord Knight. It was a very, very close match. I did end up taking that 2-1, and that was a game where, because of Gaia Force and my security, I ended up taking that game. But it was a really good match. After that, I played a red tribal deck, the Wargreymon Nokia Tribal. It was a very good game. I really liked that guy's deck, and it was, I believe it was 2-0, but it might have been 2-1, so I'm sorry if I misquote there. But the games were all very close. After that, I played Rookie Rush as a pretty quick 2-0. I think Shoutmon has a very good matchup against Rookie Rush because of blowing up the 5Ks and you putting so much pressure on their security that they can't use it as a resource like they normally would. After Rookie Rush, I played another Lord Knight. He was less familiar with the Shoutmon matchup. There were a couple plays where he kind of took the bait, so to speak. But it ended up really good. It was a really great game. All my games, honestly, yesterday were really, really good games. So I ended up winning that one, I believe, 2-0 as well. I played Dioboromon in round 7. That was a very, very close game. That one also came down to security. That was the game where I did have 2 Gaia Forces in security. Insane, but we got there. We got there 2-1, and it was probably against it's someone who's already won an Evo Cup with Diaboromon, so shout outs to him for doing that. That's kind of insane. Then I played Max Tatera, my boy. He crushed me. I'm so stoked that it was him, though. I'm not even mad. He got it 2-0 with his green control list. Go check out his channel for that exact list and his deck breakdown. And in the last round, I played Security Control, which is a very good matchup for Shout, not only because of Delegate Plan, Omnimon, Shout, it dodges a lot of removal. I want to keep this really quick, try and keep it under like 15 minutes. So this is just the deck I played. So a lot of people I know were asking what I played, why I played, what I played, because it was kind of an interesting, different build than what I have been playing. A lot of testing went into this list. Shout outs to my team. You know, George, Joe, Dan, Shannon, Trey, just all of Gaia Force Gaming. And shout outs to the Digi Academy, Izzy Cruz, I don't know who to say next, Nobu, Moonrose, you guys are always supporting me. Nobu, mostly, like I just talk his ear off all the time about stuff like this, and he's been there for me a lot, helping me test and deck build. True Champs Games, Ari helped me get my Rookie Rush matchup down. Ari's probably the best Rookie Rush player in North America right now. Also, huge shout out to Max, just being a great guy. I'm so glad you won this event, Max. Like, you deserve it more than anyone I know. And just this community in general. A lot of big ups to the top 16. A lot of names I recognize, like Nobu, again, Ari, you know, Medbay from the Discord, Danny from the Discord, and my locals, just all you guys. It was such a killer experience to see. Like, we had like half of top 16, just people we all play with regularly and know. It felt so good. It felt great. I topped with Shoutmon. It's all I wanted to do this format before we switched over. I'm glad I did it. Try this list out. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a board control list. I know you would think it's aggressive, but it's not. But yeah, man, Gaia Force Gaming. We're really out here trying to do what we can and stay on top of the game. Like, comment, subscribe, give us some feedback. If you want to test, come into our Discord, play some tournaments, play with us in play testing. As long as I have free time, I want to play. I want to meet people who love this game and have a great time with them. Thank you guys for this community, for this opportunity, and for just really creating a good family, for lack of a better term. You guys are the best. Thank you.